Hello everyone, hope you've had a productive week. The purpose of this week's video is really fourfold. First, I'd like to visit with you very briefly about your work on this last week's assignment forum, your interviews with leaders from the nonprofit world. Secondly, I'd like to set up just a little bit more this next week's assignment, your interviews with leaders from a government organization. And then third, to remind you that you need to enroll in TaskStream again. And finally, to encourage you one more time to continue working on those leadership projects. So first of all, with respect to this last week's assignment, your interviews with leaders from the nonprofit world, as was the case with your for-profit business leader interviews, you conducted some very interesting interviews, and the results of your interviews reflected some great leadership practices. As I will say to you in my general feedback comments this week, the purpose of this assignment was really for you to think about leadership in the nonprofit world, but also one of the benefits and one of the other objectives of this course is that through reading through your interview reports, we get kind of a feeling for the kinds of nonprofits and the kinds of support systems that are available in our communities, and that's certainly important for leaders to have a perspective on what those organizations are. Make sure that as you think about your interviews this week and even in next week, and I'll talk about that in just a second, that you kind of connect the practices to the concepts of effective leadership that we've been studying throughout this semester. You'll find some commonalities in all of your interviews, and I think that becomes obvious as you read through the posts of your classmates. Please make sure that you take a look at my general feedback comments for this last week's assignment. I'll have those up in the next day or so. Those will be posted under the feedback link in Module 3, as well as any individualized comments I may make to you in the Grade Center. As always, my best hope is that the information that I provide to you through those means will help to clarify things for you even further and enhance your learning in this course. As always, let me know if you have questions about anything I say to you or any of my comments. Second, this next week, you'll be conducting interviews with leaders from government or local or state government organizations anyway. Just for your information, this could include members of school boards, local school principals or superintendents, university administrators, city mayors or city council members, state senators or legislative aides, or even in the past with the governor. And so I think you can certainly choose a local or a state government leader for your interview and do certainly be creative, if you will. Be thinking about, again, as you conduct these interviews next week, about what you've already uncovered in your first two interviews with the for-profit business leaders and for the nonprofit leaders that we've been studying their information from over the last couple of weeks. Third, I'd like to still encourage you to enroll in TaskStream. There's a number of you I still cannot see evidence that you're into TaskStream yet. Remember that this is a requirement for completing the course. Please review my instructions that I provided to you in Module 2 for enrolling, and let me know if you run into problems. I've had some discussions with several of you this last week, and we hopefully have gotten things kind of straightened out with where you need to be. Just a word to the wise, you may be enrolled in TaskStream in other courses, and that's fine, but you have to specifically then enroll also in TE 188. And so as you look at the instructions, you certainly have to first enroll in TaskStream, but secondly, you need to make sure that you enroll in TE 188. As you pull up your home page in TaskStream, if you do not see TE 188 listed, it means that you're in TaskStream, but you're not enrolled in this course. You need to then enroll in the course, and there's some instructions provided in Module 2 for you to do that. Again, let me know if that's a problem for you or if you run into any difficulties. Okay, fourth and finally, the semester continues to move by pretty quickly. As I've said before, things are going to start snowballing on us. I kind of like to use the analogy that we're in the part of the roller coaster that's running downhill right now and picking up speed, so hang on. Things are going to be transpiring very rapidly. Please don't forget about those leadership projects, and make sure that you're doing those projects, that it doesn't have to all be done at the last minute. Believe me, it's in your best interest to kind of space that out just a little bit. So that about covers everything for now. As always, let me know if you have questions or comments about anything I've said, or if there's anything that I can do to be of assistance to you in this course. Take care and have a great week, everyone.